Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Mukakadash. I want to give double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us the truth 100% securely. And I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua who are listening and studying to sort ourselves approved. All right, so this is your brother Bayan from the Tulsa, Oklahoma Hebrew Israelite Camp coming back to you with another quick lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be Esau, Edom, or the mark of the beast in the MOTB was gradually implemented. It was gradually brought in to what we're dealing with now. Something around that line. All right, so I was just in the middle of listening to my Bahayar Wars lesson, and I ain't even finished watching it. And just in the beginning, I just wanted to do a quick lesson based off of what he said. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go to what he said, which inspired this very lesson that I'm doing now. And then I also want to show another video, which is on TikTok. Okay, so without further ado, let's play this. We go back a little bit.
Studying to show yourself approved. Woo, here you go, Yasharala. Apostle and Elder's been prophesying this for years and years and years, and now here we are. That's the state of Utah considering putting in a digital ID, which is nothing but a baby step to the mark of the beast, or the MOTB. Mm-hmm. So we've been telling these people, telling Yasharala, that this devil, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, is going to mandate RFID microchip that goes in your body. Right now, they're requiring you to get a digital ID. We're talking about it. First, it was a real ID. Now, the next step is a digital ID. There's going to be another step, and it's going to be that RFID microchip. Or they might put another step in there, but that's where it's going to lead to. And that was prophesied in the Bible that they would do this. And look how
Right, and basically just broke down the definition of gradualism, okay? And that's pretty much what Esau, Edom, and so-called white men have done throughout generations, really, okay? But you can go back to the last 5 years when you start on the time of 2020, okay? When you started with the C19 situation, they what you call it, guided the sheep to participate in their diabolical plans, okay? They force people to go get that, in order for them to keep their livelihood in America, aka Babylon the Great, okay? And so, quick definition of gradualism, it says the principle or policy of achieving a goal through a series of slow incremental steps rather than sudden drastic change or revolution. The concept is applied in various fields, including politics and sociology. Okay, gradualism advocate for measured continuous reform in society, institutions, or policies, often associated with political liberalism, social democracy. It stands in opposition to revolutionary movement and is sometimes used as a term of criticism by activists. Okay, and he says such as MLK, who argue against the tranquilizing drugs of gradualism and fight of civil war to describe a lack of urgency in addressing the issues. Okay, so you pretty much get the point. Is how they brought in this beast system in the MOTB. Okay, through gradualism, they slowly, deliberate step. Okay, starting all the way back from 2020. Okay, really you can go back generation to generation, but from 2020, you saw how they had people to participate to get that, in order for them to keep their job, okay, keep their livelihood, to be able to walk inside a store, eat at a restaurant, and so on and so forth. That was a major, shift. Okay, and then it went from that to, okay, now that you got your first Jew, okay, now you have to take it every 6 to 8 months, okay, and that's gradualism. They just kept on walking foolish people into their schemes, okay, You know, as the scripture says in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and 11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, okay? And that word device goes into schemes, okay? It goes into plans. And this is one of the major plans is them issuing that RFID CHIP, man, okay? So, you know, how y'all broke it down, you know, and just in the beginning of this lesson on how they broke, you know, how they gradually implemented the B system, okay? What did he say? He said first they said real ID, and then it went from real ID to digital ID, all right? And now it's going to be that implantation into your forehead or in your hand, okay? And that's basically what is going to happen. So, you know, and again, you know, just like you said, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone been prophesying it from generation to generation, 30 plus years, okay? So this is, we'll get a quick precept and then we're going to go to this TikTok video, okay? This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 3. And it said, for the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it surely come, it will not tarry. You see, that's the gradualism. The prophecy is also being brought to the forefront. You know why Esau Edom is gradually implemented to the RFID microchip. He, in the process of him doing that, he destroying the whole infrastructure, the old infrastructure, which is the the food, the way you pay for things, but buy items at the store. All of that is being implemented, and while at the same time he destroying the dollar. Okay. And so let's go ahead and get this TikTok video, and then we'll get into some more precepts and we'll close this thing out. Alright, so I have to go search for the video. So before I play the video, I'm going to go ahead and read the copyright disclaimer real quick, you know, just in case they want to try to hit me with a copyright, you know. So this is the Copyright Act of 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 Copyright Act 96. Allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by a copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tip the balance in favor of fair use. All right, so this is fair use. We're not using it for any monetary gain. This is fair use. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and play this clip. And Elder Apostle Hard did videos based on the information he about to provide right here in this small clip. So that without further ado,
because now time for digital ID. Okay, 17 countries have rolled out or passed digital ID laws in the last 3 months.
Can you do me a favor and explain to me what digital ID is first?
It's implemented in stages, though, too. So it's implemented in stages. So digital ID is essentially tying your biometric. The ultimate goal is tying your biometrics to a essentially IP address on maybe, let's say, a blockchain, so that you can have your own social credit score based on the things you say, the things you pay, and the things you do.
Black Mirror.
Very 1,000% Black Mirror. So basically every single Revelations type prophetic show that you've ever watched, that.
Because when I think of digital ID, I have been flying a lot lately, especially with Delta, and it has digital ID on it, and it's awesome because you walk up and you're like, it shows your picture. I say TSA pre-check and digital ID. I walk up, don't take my shoes off, my belt off. It scans my thing. They don't need my boarding pass. They don't need my passport. They don't need anything.
Well,
that's awesome. Bro.
Yeah, it is awesome. Don't get used to traveling though. Because beyond on this podcast, they're gonna flag your ass here in about 2 years. Yeah, you won't even be able to start your car, right? So it's that like inability to be able to buy or sell unless your social credit score checks out. So there's 17 countries that have rolled out or passed this. Okay,
hold on.
All right.
When you say social credit score, because there was a Black Mirror episode. Did you watch Black Mirror yet?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Get to your point, because I want to say 17 countries that are doing this now. The EU, the UK, Laos, China, Taiwan, Mexico, Zambia, Canada, Ethiopia, Thailand, Vietnam, Australia, Costa Rica, Switzerland, and Papua New Guinea.
Mexico is trying to, the new president is trying to pass a law saying that you can be jailed for memes or making fun of any political figures or the president of Mexico. You will be fined up to, I want to say, $20,000
Or 3 years in prison.
If you make a meme.
Somebody just went to jail in the EU over a meme because now it's time for digital ID. Okay, 17 countries have rolled out or passed digital.
All right, and so you see, all right, and you heard, the information, and, we constantly warn Yasharala, the so-called Negroes, Latino, Native American, and of course you have your speckled birds who look like the other heathen nation who are indeed Hebrew Israelites, okay? So, this is not a black or white thing, but, getting back straight to the point, you have a lot of these false prophets going to have a lot of explaining to do, man, because when they start to force that MOTB, just like they did back in the C-19, because they already showed you a prelude of what they're capable of back in 2020. They graduated, that's where they started, okay? And, yeah, so a lot of people going to have a lot of things to say. I mean, they're going to have, especially the false prophet, IUIC, all of the people that said that the mark of the beast is not the RFID-CHIP, they're going to have a lot of explaining to do, man. All right? And the Lord's going to destroy them, okay, for guiding the sheep, okay, persuading people to go, what is that in Jeremiah 23:1, right? Let's get that real quick. We'll come back to this Second Thessalonians. This is why, Yahweh Yahushua is going to destroy a lot of people, man. All right, Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 1, it said, "Woe be unto the pastor that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, says the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua." They scattered the sheep, meaning that they drove them away from the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Yahushua. Okay, in verse 2, and it said, "Therefore thus said the Lord, Yahweh power of Israel, against the pastor that hath fed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, says the Lord, Yahweh Yahushua." And see, so the Lord is about to destroy every last individual that said that this RFID-CHIP is not the mark of the beast, okay? And clearly, it's becoming more clear and clearer, as it says in Habakkuk chapter 2 and 3. "The vision for a appointed time at the end it shall speak and not lie," okay? And so, we go into the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We start at verse 7. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 7, it said, "For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now will let until he be taken out of the way." Okay, these devils, these elite bankers, they are the one that's pushing this agenda to get everybody, to receive that mark of the beast, man, which is that RFID microchip. Okay, in verse 8, and it said, "Then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth." The wicked has already been revealed, okay? All of those individuals that's in agreement or in alignment with Charles Schwab, what he pretty much told the whole world and said that you will own nothing and be happy, okay? That is the wicked, all right? They've already been revealed, all right? Donald Trump, everybody's behind him. That is the wicked, okay? Ben Netanyahu, that is the wicked, okay? All of those individuals that's in behind him or align themselves with him, those are the wicked, man. As the scripture said, there are many antichrists, okay? Anti-anointed, meaning they are against Yahweh Yahushua. Okay, so verse 8 again from the top, and he said, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." And verse 9, and it says, "Even him who cometh after the workings of Satan with all powers and signs and lying wonders." You see, and see, you heard how that the other guy was was excited about this MOTB. He was saying that this was fucking awesome. That's what he said. The way that you can scan your body and travel and just walk right through. He think that's fucking awesome. Okay, and that's why it says right here, even him who coming after the workings of Satan with all powers and signs, lying wonders. Okay, they're going to use it and they're going to persuade you in any kind of way before they even force you. They're going to have this persuasion in a way where, for one instant, they at one side of the globe, they're going to create because we always know that one of their diabolical plans is the order out of chaos. They're going to create a chaos, and they're going to show, or they possibly use AI to show children being kidnapped, and then they're going to persuade people to get their children, chip with that RFID-CHIP in order for you to track where your children are. Okay, that's another sign and line wonder. All right, then they're going to use the celebrities and your entertainers, and they're going to say something about my identity was being stolen, and now it's not possible because I received this RFID-CHIP. Okay, these are the signs and line wonder that you're going to see when they start to before they start to force their RFID-CHIP. Okay, and when they start to see that they don't work, then it's gonna be, as you read in let's get Revelation chapter 13. When this is all through the Spirit, man, this is more than likely this is gonna happen. All right, but Revelation 13 and 15, he says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, and so anybody that don't want to go along with the program, they're going to, a lot of people are going to be headed. They're going to get beheaded for this thing. Okay, they're going to threaten your family to try to get you to receive it. I just did a lesson about that yesterday, man. Okay, we got to stand 10 toes down. All right. Fear not them which kill the body, but fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, as long as you have the fear in Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're not going to fall for the deception of these devils. Okay, now verse 16 it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Okay, and that is the example. And it is a man. Okay, the man is the elite bankers, man. Okay, they're gonna have let's get Isaiah 10 and 1. All right, we get that because they're gonna use unrighteous decrees. They already done that. They already got the laws in place to use unrighteous decree. They got a law against homelessness. Okay, they got all kinds of things that they're gonna do to cause people to receive that mark. Isaiah 10 and 1, and it says, woe unto them that the decree unrighteous decree, and they write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless, man. Okay, and so that the Lord said, woe unto them. Okay, and it's another example when you jump down in the very same chapter, Isaiah 10 and verse 13. Okay, because this is the pride of these devils. Okay, Matthew 10 and 13, he said, for he said, by the strength of my hand I have done it, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people, and have robbed their treasure, and I have put down the inhabitant like a valiant man. And in my hand have found as a net the riches of the people, and as one that gathers egg that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved the wing, or opened the mouth, or peeped. You see that? And so these devils are so prideful and so boastful, okay, that the Lord said, woe unto them. All right, there's a judgment coming their way, man. Okay, so many scriptures that we can go into that prove that these devils is going to, try to normalize this, all right, because they already working towards it. Okay, let's get Revelation 12 and 9. Okay, it's another example. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9, and it says, "And the great dragon which cast out that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world, he was cast out into the earth, and his angels was cast out with him." Okay, this devil, all right, the elite bankers and everybody that helped spread his deceptive message, they're going to be cast out into the earth. Okay, but notice how it said the great dragon, all right, was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. All right, they're going to deceive the whole world. Okay, and you know, it's gonna be all kinds of deception behind this RFID-CHIP, man. All right, that's just point blank period. There's no getting around it. They're gonna cause it all, both small and great, rich and poor. Okay, let's get Micah 2 and 1. Okay, this is how they spreading the deception throughout the whole earth. Micah chapter 2 and verse 1. Okay, and there's that word woe again. Okay, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. See, they have the power to change the infrastructure. All right, hence the reason why they cut the government is shut down right now. They practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right, the people are not able to get food right now. Okay, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand. But guess what? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah said, "Woe unto them." All right, we're patiently waiting for the Lord to come back and destroy this wicked kingdom. All right, verse 2. And it said, "They covered field and take them by violence." All right, they got ICE running around, running rampant, coming after the immigrant, you know, attacking their own citizen right here in America, aka Babylon the Great, right? And it said, "They covered field and take them by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage." You see, that's so spot on to what you got going on right now today. Okay, there ain't no denying that. All right, but of course you still gonna have, you know, I was just listening to a couple of lessons that Elder Malazakba did. You know, he been going in on these Christians lately, man, because they refuse to hear the voice. As a matter of fact, they be lying on the gospel of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. It's so bad to the point where all it is just remind me of Isaiah. Let's get to Isaiah chapter 30. So ultimately, they don't want to hear the message, all right, and so the Lord gonna destroy them too. Okay. Let's see. We'll start at Isaiah. The point is in verse 11 and 12, but we'll start at verse 9. Okay. It says Isaiah chapter 39. It said, "This is a rebellious people, lying children." Okay, the Elder Malazakba just did a whole lesson about this. These Christian pastors lying, saying that we preaching about skin color. That's all. It's everything about skin color. You know, you had one bug out Jake that said that the law is we teaching that the law we teaching that keeping the law. Something he said. What did he say? He said the law. Damn, what did he say? Okay, he said the law is going to go. He said because we teaching the law, we're going to go to hell. He said that. Okay, and then you had another Jake that basically said we're all we teaching about is skin color. All right, they basically trying to reshape the. We shape what we're saying. But clearly, the true men of the Lord are going to tell you that this is not about skin color, all right? We tell you time and time again, we don't call ourselves black. They insist on calling us black Hebrew Israelites when we say we're not black Hebrew Israelites, we're just Hebrew Israelites, okay? So these are the people that the Lord is talking about, all right? This is the rebellious people lying children, children that will not hear the law of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They say the law is done away with. Okay, they don't want to hear the law. Okay, verse 10, which say to the seer, see not, and to the prophet, prophesy not unto us right thing, speak unto us smooth thing, prophesy deceit. Okay, right here they say prophesy unto us right thing, prophesy not unto us right thing, speak unto us smooth thing. Quit cursing, brother. Quit. Yeah, man. I mean, what more can you say, man? But the Lord said He gonna destroy them. All right, because they refuse to hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power. He sent you prophet. All right, verse 11. Get ye out of the way, turn aside out of the path, cause the Holy One of Israel to see from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Lord. Thus said the Holy One of Israel, because they despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly at an instant. Okay, and so anybody that refuse to hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, they will be destroyed, man. All right, and we're gonna keep standing until the Lord put up the prophet. Okay, until these devils outlaw the Bible, man. All right, we can go on and on, man. Get another one, because remember how I mentioned earlier how they're going to try to persuade people to get that RFID they're going to use those smooth words, all right? Just like these Christians, they want to hear smooth words, okay? So Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the devil, they're going to come with them smooth words to get you to receive that mark of the beast, man, which is that RFID. All right, this is Psalm 55 and 21, and it says, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Okay, so only the rebellious people are going to fall for this word. Okay, and they're going to continue bringing these policies. Right? Another scripture, Daniel 8 and 25, and it says, through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Okay, by peace shall destroy many. And how are you going to destroy many? By forcing them to get that RFID. All right, and so that's pretty much the point, man. I wanted to just kind of add to my Bahayar Award, Bahayar Award. All right, Bahayar Award. Okay, and and it was a beautiful lesson, man. Definitely go subscribe and be edified in that, man. So we ended off with Revelation chapter 14 and verse 9. So if anybody go along with this system, you will be destroyed, man. All right. Revelation 14 and 9, it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Okay, and so, hey, if you receive that mark, you're finished. All right, you're toast. Okay, so that's the point. Lord willing is edifying. With that, let me give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us the truth, 100% securely. Shalom, shalom, Kwam Yasharala, shalom.